A cold January morning settles over Valdosta, Georgia, as students arrive at Lowndes High School. Kendrick Johnson, a 17-year-old student and athlete, walks into school with his gym bag slung over his shoulder. Kendrick is known for his quiet determination and his love for sports, especially basketball and football. As classes begin, Kendrick blends into the bustle of students, his day seemingly like any other. But by the end of the day, Kendrick will not return home. Kendrick's mother, Kendrick Johnson, waits anxiously that evening when her son fails to come home. She calls Kendrick's cell phone, but there's no answer, only silence. As hours pass, concern grows into fear. Jacqueline contacts family members and friends. By morning, Kendrick's parents report him missing to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office. Deputies begin asking around the school, retracing Kendrick's last known movements. Meanwhile, students gather in the gym for their usual classes and activities. On January 11th, a group of students notice a strange smell near a stack of rolled-up wrestling mats. Looking closer, they spot a pair of socks sticking out from the center of a vertical mat. A teacher is called over and quickly realizes something is terribly wrong. Authorities arrive, clearing the gym and cordoning off the area with yellow tape. Inside the rolled mat, the body of Kendrick Johnson is found upside down, partially concealed. News of Kendrick's death spreads quickly through the school and the town of Valdosta. For Kendrick's parents, the devastation is immediate and overwhelming. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Office launches a full-scale investigation into the mysterious death. Investigators document the scene, photographing the mat and collecting evidence from the gym floor. Sheriff Chris Prine holds a press conference, assuring the public that every angle will be examined. An autopsy is ordered to determine Kendrick's official cause of death. The initial report rules the death accidental, citing positional asphyxia. Detectives theorize Kendrick may have reached into the mat for a shoe and become trapped. But Kendrick's parents are unconvinced and demand a deeper investigation. The community grieves Kendrick's loss, holding a candlelight vigil on the school lawn. Questions begin to surface. How could Kendrick become trapped in a mat over 6 feet tall? Surveillance footage is reviewed, but there are mysterious gaps in the video timeline. The Johnsons hire a private pathologist, Dr. William Anderson, to conduct a second autopsy. Dr. Anderson's findings contradict the original report, suggesting signs of blunt force trauma. Why do two autopsies tell such different stories about Kendrick's death? The discovery of missing organs deepens the mystery. Kendrick's body was stuffed with newspaper. The funeral home states the organs were destroyed during the first autopsy. But for the Johnson family, the answers remain unsatisfying and incomplete. Rumors swirl around the school. Was foul play involved? Detectives interview Kendrick's classmates, searching for clues about his final hours. Some students recall seeing Kendrick between classes, but nothing out of the ordinary. Investigators request access to all school surveillance tapes for January 10th and 11, but several cameras show unexplained blackouts during key time frames. Could these video gaps be evidence of tampering or simply technical glitches? As media attention grows, the Johnsons hold a press conference demanding justice. Supporters rally behind the family, organizing protests and marches through downtown Valdosta. Authorities maintain there is no evidence of foul play, but public pressure continues to mount. The FBI is asked to review the case, bringing in federal investigators. FBI agents re-examine physical evidence from the gym, looking for overlooked clues. Community members ask, did Kendrick have any conflicts or enemies at school? Detectives interview several students, but none report any open animosity involving Kendrick. Rumors point to possible altercations in the past, but nothing concrete emerges. The Johnson family files a wrongful death lawsuit against the school and local officials. In depositions, school administrators defend their safety protocols. Some parents question whether security at Lowndes High was truly adequate. As summer arrives, the case remains unresolved, leaving the Johnsons in anguish. A year passes, and the family refuses to give up their search for the truth. In 2014, civil rights activists visit Valdosta to lend their voices to the cause. National media spotlight the case, bringing renewed scrutiny to local authorities. A grand jury is convened to examine the evidence and determine if charges are warranted. More than 30 witnesses, including students and staff, are called to testify. Despite extensive testimony, the grand jury brings no criminal charges. For the Johnsons, the outcome is devastating, but they vow to keep fighting. In 2016, the Department of Justice closes its investigation, citing lack of evidence. Once again, the official narrative points to accidental death, but doubts linger. Why were Kendrick's shoes found on top of the mat, not inside with his body? Some wonder if crucial evidence was missed or overlooked in the initial investigation. The Johnsons request another independent autopsy, seeking any detail that might break the case. But the results remain inconclusive, leaving the cause of death shrouded in uncertainty. Through it all, the Johnsons become activists, demanding justice not just for Kendrick, but for all families. Local and national leaders weigh in, calling for transparency and reform. Protests continue, and Kendrick's story becomes a symbol for the fight against injustice. In 2018, the family files a new lawsuit alleging a cover-up and mishandling of evidence. The legal battles drag on, with motions and counter-motions filling the courts. Still, the central question remains: what really happened to Kendrick Johnson? In 2021, the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office reopens the case, promising a fresh review of all evidence. Detective Michael Adams is assigned to lead the renewed inquiry. Adams methodically interviews witnesses who had not been questioned before. He revisits the gym, walking the scene step by step. Adams reviews all available surveillance footage, hoping for overlooked details. But the missing video segments continue to frustrate the investigation. Forensic experts are brought in to reconstruct the events in the gym. The team runs simulations, testing whether someone Kendrick's size could become trapped. Each test yields complex, sometimes contradictory results. Detective Adams interviews the funeral home staff about the missing organs. The answers remain unsatisfying. Records are incomplete, timelines unclear. Months of work produce reams of documents, but no clear breakthrough. The case is again deemed unresolved, and the Johnsons' pain endures. For some, Kendrick's death is a cautionary tale about the limits of the justice system. For others, it's a rallying cry, a demand that no question go unanswered. To this day, the gym at Lowndes High remains unchanged, a silent witness to tragedy. What truths remain hidden in those shadows, and will they ever come to light? Kendrick Johnson's story echoes through Valdosta, an enduring mystery. For Jacqueline and Kenneth, the search for answers is far from over. The community gathers once more, vowing never to forget Kendrick's name. And so the questions remain, waiting, unresolved, beneath the gym's silent rafters.